Welcome to day 256 of the 300 movie challenge. Today we watched the highest grossing film of September 2015, which was Hotel Transylvania 2.
Why did it come out in September?
Didn't the first one come out in September?
I know, but I feel like these movies should be in October,
I've,
considering.
I've noticed that a lot of horror movies come out late September instead. So,
Yeah.
horror, because this, biggest quotes ever for this movie, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure The Ring was September.
Oh.
So, and a lot of I know a lot of the replacement videos we do, like the bonus ones, happen to be in September, and that's usually because Saw 4 or the Resident Evil movies are in September. So
Right.
shrug. But
September should be like the horror month. It's a horror month for more than one reason, because school.
Oh, yeah.
except we start in August.
Right.
Right.
Okay, anyway, this movie. Well,
Yeah.
okay, so we thought the first one was fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how I feel about that. Okay, I like it less, but the question is how much less.
Right. Yeah.
Because I could see an argument where it's a little bit less, or I could see an argument it's not that it's terrible, but that it's noticeably worse. So I don't know.
It's not of best quality.
Yeah.
No. But that said, the one thing that I was really worried about that they didn't do is they didn't make the kid annoying.
Yeah.
The
that's
kid's
true.
fine. He's
Yeah.
not great, he's not super interesting, but he's fine.
His mom is annoying this time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
And I guess she is the kid of Adam Sandler's character.
hmm
Yeah.
So that's different.
I realized that Mavis is literally the perfect stereotype of an edgy middle school Tumblr OC.
Oh
Right,
yeah.
actually.
So that's something.
Right, so the basic plot of this movie is that the kid, basically everyone's trying to figure out if the kid is a human or a vampire. And Mavis is dead set on the kid being a human, and her dad, Adam Sandler, is basically dead set on him being a vampire. And then there's the thing with the grandfather at the end of the movie.
Yeah. The thing is, okay, so it's clear they're trying to make it, it's an allegory for race stuff, or even you could even argue a gay kid or something, but it's again really obvious and in terms of what it's doing, and then even then the message at the end is kind of messed up.
Yeah.
Because the whole point is that I assume the whole point is that it doesn't matter who you are, right? That's the point. But then they specifically at the end they're oh, now that you actually are a vampire, you can stay. So
Yeah.
wait, so it does matter.
Yeah.
Even though you just kind of went the whole movie saying it doesn't matter. So
And then
okay.
it's kind of once he became a vampire, it's okay, then why did the rest of the movie happen?
Right.
And also, again, once he's a vampire, he's suddenly super awesome and kicks all this kind of ass, and it's well, shit. Now it makes it where oh yeah, he totally should have been the vampire because that's way cooler. And it's weren't you trying to point out that it was good no matter who you were?
Yeah.
So, eh.
Very, very, very awkward.
I mean, if they were not trying to go with the race angle, then it would have been at least less messed up. But
Yeah. I mean, again,
but there's no way to not take the race angle because it's a vampire and a human got married. They had a child. Okay, when did they get married? Did they get married right after the first movie? I don't think they
they
told
showed
us.
the marriage in the beginning of this movie.
They did, but they didn't tell us how much time had passed.
Oh.
And they look
That's true.
exactly the same.
Well, yeah. Well, they say the kid's 5, so it's yeah, they look the same. So
Even the dude looks the same.
yeah. See,
And
again,
at least for Mavis, it's okay, she's a vampire.
Right.
But then Johnny should at least look
different. Like, did he not change his haircut style, or like, is he just a dude bro forever?
Yeah, that's the real tragedy. It's not that the kid could grow up to be a human. It's that the kid could grow up to be a dude bro.
a dude bro vampire.
Oh God.
Oh no, Twilight.
That's how it begins. See, Vlad was right. The humans getting into the vampire bloodline, it turns them into sparkly Twilight vampires.
Oh my God.
Jeez. Yeah, I mean, okay, so the first movie had some kind of like, you know, really kind of goofy, out of place humor, which for the most part, again, it was like, it was okay. Again, it sometimes it was a little distracting, sometimes it just wasn't super funny, but it wasn't like terrible in that end. Here, it's not terrible, but I feel like it was more distracting.
Yeah, I think because the plot in the previous movie kind of did not go as we expected it to go. And in this movie, it's kind of like you see the plot and you're like, okay, this can really only end in one or two ways.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And one is way more likely than the other one, which is that he's a vampire, because of course they're going to make him a vampire.
Right, which is why there's a threequel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Although, well, apparently the threequel is that Dracula gets a love interest, so even though it kind of defeats the entire purpose of the whole thing in the first movie with the mom, but okay, sure.
Wait, yeah, didn't they go through the whole thing about how they had, like, I forgot what the eye thing was.
The
sparkle
love
thing.
at first sight Twilight thing.
Yep. So apparently that's not a thing, or I don't know. I haven't seen the third one. I've heard it's not as good, so... but, yeah.
I guess that when you think about it, of course Adam Sandler wanted a love interest. That wasn't Ted.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say about this, because it's just so basic.
It's,
yeah,
Right.
Mediocre.
So, I mean, again, it's just a question of, like, how mediocre is it? I don't know.
Right.
I think, if anything, like, the ending kind of bothered me the most, because it was, like, even your base setup for your very simple message, which is, again, like, a fine message, I guess, it's just really, it's done a lot, but you still messed it up, so... Yeah, I'm not sure. But yeah, it's like, do I actually, like, dislike this movie? I don't know, like, kinda-ish, but... oh.
I feel like it's going to end up near the bottom of mixed.
I'm
Something like that,
I'm torn between bottom of mixed or, like, top of dislike, but I'm not totally sure. I'll have to stare at the list, really think about, like, hey, is it better or worse than this movie? Is it better or worse than this movie? And kind of, like, narrow it down that way. But... yeah, I mean, I guess if you like the first one, you're not gonna hate this one, probably. But there's your glowing endorsement, I guess.
Except, I guess if you haven't already watched it, maybe
Don't.
don't.
I mean, yeah, it's just kind of a waste of time. So I don't think there's anything you're gonna get out of it. It's like, oh wow, I'm so glad I saw this. So yeah.
I'm so I saw it.
Yeah, basically. I mean, it could be worse. Like most of the other movies we've seen this year. Well, hopefully we're out of the bad movies for this year.
And into good ones.
Yes. The next movie I know is good because I've seen it.
Oh, I wanted to watch this.
I
one
heard
for a
this
long
is
time.
also really good, yeah.
And then November. November I've heard maybe some mixed things, but it probably won't be like bad.
Yeah.
And then December, well, you'll see. So, yeah. But
The audience probably can figure it out,
yeah, yep. Well, I guess that's it. Really exciting
Yep.
conversation, but it was not a very exciting movie, so whatever.
but... Alright.
Okay,
Okay, bye.
that was so in sync.
Yep.
if it's also because we were watching the timer and the timer's gonna go off in a minute.
Okay, there you go. Okay, bye. Ding ding.
Ding.